Friendy. Hello, everyone. It's Leo, and it's time to talk about episode 5 from wonderful PreCure, which was very surprising. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it got a little bit emotional as well. And I really like the responsible aspect of wonderful PreCure when it comes to animals. I think this is being something that is kind of surprising. So the plot of this episode is basically Komugi and Iroha having their moment and deepening their bond and their connection. So we start the episode with Iroha and Komugi going for a walk with a leash, which is very, very important in this episode. And we get to meet another girl who has a puppy, and this puppy does not like a leash. So Iroha takes her to her pet shop, and she helps the girl by sharing her own experience with Komugi. We have some funny scenes of Komugi saying, "I always liked the leash." And Iroha was like, she started not liking the leash. And Komugi was shocked. And then we have another moment showing the start of their relationship. Here's where I thought it got really interesting because we saw them meeting before when Iroha was a kid, and now we see a little bit further than that when Komugi was being taken care of by Iroha's mom, who is a vet. So at that moment, we see that Komugi was very hurt, and she was also very scared. To the looks of what was happening, Iroha's mom thought Komugi was abandoned by her previous family, and she knew Komugi had an owner at the time because she had a leash as well. But Iroha really wanted Komugi with her, and Iroha's mom shared, which is where I think we got the responsibility part, which I thought was super cool. She said, "Look, we can take care of her, but if you're going to get her and she's going to be part of our family, we might take care, we might nurture her, and then her original family might come back. If her original family comes back, are you ready to deal with the pain of goodbye?" Goodbyes in life are never easy. So it was very nice, and I feel like it's very responsible because I feel like this is a thing about adults. I feel like they try to gloss over the sad facts in life for children. They try to not make it as sad for children, and that makes it harder for children to deal with hard moments in their lives. And I really liked how Iroha's mom respected Iroha at that moment and showed her the truth. I loved it. But then Iroha, knowing the truth, wanted to stay with Komugi, and that's where their relationship started. Everything was fine, but Komugi did not like the leash, but eventually things started getting better, and she accepted a leash that Iroha chose. And we have some nice details with Iroha's dad saying that Komugi is a papillon dog. Papillon means butterfly. I wonder, is that a butterfly reference? I'm joking. Obviously, it's not. But Cure Wonderful has a shield. Is that a motherfucking Cure Butterfly reference? Girl. Okay, so after that, we get back to the present, and Iroha and Komugi are, talking, and Komugi says that she does not remember anything that happened to her before meeting Iroha. She's a dog, so I feel like that would be understandable because dogs don't have the same memories as we do. But she's a dog, but she's also a character of a cartoon, so I wonder if that means something. What happened in Komugi's past? I feel like this is gonna be relevant. I wonder if that was actually a family, like a human family, or if that has something to do with Nico Garden. Is she a special animal? Well, she has a heart on the back of her head, so who knows? And then comes a big question of the episode. Komugi loves going to walks with Iroha, and she likes wearing the leash because it feels like it's a connection between them. And when she becomes a human, she also wants to wear a leash, but that's not normal. That's not a regular thing in our society, so she cannot do that. So how can they replicate that when they're both humans? What can they do? So that is the question that was posed they couldn't think about it because the Garu Garu was sensed and they ran to go against it. Very nice that the action scene, the chase scene in this episode started very early. So the chase scene was very big. We had a big action scene, the biggest one we had so far in Wonderful. And I dare say it was probably the most interesting one as well. It was on ice. It was in a different terrain than in other episodes. That makes it even more interesting. And I feel so sad about the lack of battles because it would have been so cool to see them battle in ice with seeing how hard it is to maneuver in ice. It would have been even cooler than it was, but it was cool nonetheless. They tried to get the penguin, but they could not get it. The penguin was using a lot of its power to create more ice. And one thing that I found kind of weird about this is that they did not try to understand the Garu Garu very much. There was one scene of Iroha saying things like, oh, the Garu Garu must be using a lot of its power, it's suffering. And that was it. For a long scene like this, in a season that they care so much about the feelings of the Garu Garus, it felt a little lacking. But where it lacked in terms of the Garu Garus, it had a lot in terms of Wonderful and Friendly, because we saw a lot of their connection here. So Friendly helped Wonderful in lots of ways. She was the one to understand that sliding would have been the better option for them on ice, and that's what she started doing. Both of them started doing. She helped Wonderful a couple of times, and then after Wonderful jumped in to get the Garu Garu in that platform, when it broke, Cure Friendly was there trying to get her. Cure Friendly did everything she could so that she could get to Wonderful. And it is part of a trend in Wonderful PreCure, having Cure Wonderful being a little bit more impulsive in the action scenes and doing things like faster, and Friendly being the one to think things through. But also, the most important decisions in the action scenes are usually for Friendly. She is the one to be the lead in almost every situation. And in this episode, I feel like it wasn't really that different, even though I think it was half to half, but we'll get there. So we have Cure Wonderful falling and Friendly holding her hand, and then they could not hold each other, and Wonderful fell. At that time, we had the Wonderful Pact appearing and the leash coming out of the Wonderful Pact, connecting them again. It just goes to show that the PreCure powers are really strongly tied to their emotions. Whenever their emotions are strong, something will happen to help them, because that's the source of PreCure. And it's all about their emotion. It's all about who they are and how they feel, especially about each other. And so the leash was there, and it was all that talk about how important the leash is. And another thing that I liked about this whole episode was that Iroha really showed how Komugi is important to her and how happy she is that Komugi is a PreCure. Because we see that a lot from Komugi all the time. Komugi saying how happy she is that she's now able to talk and spend more of a quality time with Iroha. And now we see that from Iroha's side as well. She mentioned it more than once in this episode, that she is very happy that Komugi became a cure, and now they're able to talk, and now she can understand her even better than before. And when they are connected through the leash, and then they're holding hands soon enough. And obviously, that is the answer to the question. How can they connect when they're humans? By holding hands. They don't need a leash. Holding hands is the leash, for Komugi. It's the same thing. And I love that conclusion. Very cute, very adorable to have this strong bond. And I love when holding hands means strong bond. I love it. I think it's incredible. And so we get to a moment in which both of them fall. And the mirror stone that we saw in the first and second episodes being very relevant is now relevant again, shining very brightly and giving them a new power. The leash comes out again, And it's nice that the tip of the leash has a butterfly in it. I love it. And then the friendly tact or friendly wand is born. So it's very weird because we have friendly tact being the original name, which is an English name being used in the Japanese show. And then with the subs, it is friendly wand. Why did they change? I don't understand. I like friendly wand a little more, but it's very weird because friendly tact is the official name. I'm confused. But still, it was very nice that, as I said, I feel like Cure Friendly is leading everything. But right now in this episode, we had Cure Wonderful leading two moments. The first one is the holding hand moment and the realization that wearing a leash and holding hands is the same. It was Cure Wonderful. And the second one, noticing that their bond created the friendly tact or the friendly wand. It was also Cure Wonderful who noticed that the friendly tact was created by their bond. Really like it. So both of them have it. And then only one of them hears something, which is the kid-eating animal. The kid-eating rabbit that they saved in episode 4 now was talking to them, or at least talking to Friendly, who was able to awaken a new power because of it. And let me say, I was so surprised. We don't have a finisher yet, but we do have a super, super nice, super beautiful stock footage animation. I loved it. It was so cute the way she called for the kid-eating animal power. So nice. And look, for a season that has no finisher yet, we have a lot of stock footage. We have the Komugi transformation stock footage. We have the Cure transformations stock footage. We have the friendly tact stock footage. And we have the Kiriniko trunk stock footage. A lot of stock footage, baby, so far. And we're going to get one more. But very cool stock footage. I love it. And then we get a visual enhancement. Girl, that was so cute. Cure Friendly looked amazing with the kid-eating rabbit power, which gives her a boost in hearing so she can hear the kid-eating animal better. I loved it so much. It was so cute. And with that, she was able to lead the situation. Cure Wonderful was left wanting a power of her own. She wanted to use the friendly tact so bad, but she couldn't, at least for now. I'm pretty sure she will get her own turn of using it. And Cure Friendly was the one to use it, but both of them, because of the hearing power, were able to jump and get the penguin and hug it. The hug this episode was very quick. Very easy for them to purify without the need to talk and to understand the garu garu a little better. You know, but we spent a lot of time in the action scene, so it's understandable. And then we have the penguin being rescued. The penguin, the kid-eating penguin, is so cute. What a cute shade of green it is. I love it. Can't wait to see its power up. It's gonna look amazing for sure. I can't wait to see it in the show. I loved it. The way it was represented visually. Amazing. And then at the end, we have Iroha going back, talking to Satoru, because Satoru helped them a little bit. I mean, he just appeared. Let's not say he helped, because he didn't do much. He was explaining some things about the penguins and how they are able to swim, even though they're not fishes. They can swim very, very fast, by the way. And he was explaining it more to us viewers, you know, just adding a little knowledge to us PreCure fans. And then Iroha was talking to him and he was very happy and a little flustered because she said, "Thank you. Girl, Satoru, you fell for her. There's no way out anymore." And we have also the fact that Komugi wants to use the wand as well, just like her bestie Iroha. And then at the end, both of them walking, holding hands. It was so cute. I loved it. What a cute moment this is. And anyways, episode 5, very nice. Even though I'm missing the fighting scenes, the action scene in this episode was very cool. I really liked it. And I like the enhancements that they have. Can't wait to see how the others are going to look. this was very cool. Anyways, babies, this was my opinion on episode 5 from Wonderful PreCure. Please leave yours in the comments. Let's keep talking about it. Anyways, this is it. Want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you're a member, thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.